Very good morning, children. Welcome to the psychology classroom. I hope you all are fine and studying properly for your examination. I just hope you all are watching the video and doing your revisions with this. See, children, as learning is important, similarly, revision is also important. If you don't revise, you forgot the things. So you learn the things, but you do the revision. It is very, very important. Whatever the things which we have studied, that should be rehearsed again and again. So with this motivation, I am going to start my topic of today. Firstly, I will provide you the details as date is visible to you all. So the today date is 6/11/21. Class 11C. Subject psychology. Here I should write down revision. And revision we are doing of chapter 3rd, the basis of human behavior. This is your chapter name. Chapter 3, the basis of human behavior. In the yesterday video, on Saturday, we have discussed about the schematic representation of the nervous system. I told you all that our nervous system is divided into two parts, central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. So today in this video, I am going to start the discussion of the central nervous system. So the topic which I am going to discuss with you is central nervous system. As it is named also central. So obviously this is that part of nervous system which come in the central, means main system, central nervous system. Central main part है nervous system. Your central nervous system is divided into two parts. The one is brain and second is spinal cord. In these two parts, your central nervous system, our central nervous system is divided. So firstly we discuss about brain. Here I am writing brain. Our brain is also classified into three parts. First is the forebrain, second is midbrain, is goes by in this way. If we move from down to up, down to top, like you can see, if you make a surgery of the brain, if you put it into half, so it looks like just like this kind of structure. Okay. So this is the end of the brain which is attached to the spinal cord. Okay. Now here we start with the hind brain, then come the midbrain, and the maximum part of the brain is covered with the forebrain. So from when we move from bottom to top, means down to up, this kind of classification was there: hindbrain, midbrain, and forebrain. Forebrain is the brain which is carrying the maximum part of the brain. So we understand these parts of the brain with the bottom to top. So firstly, in your book also, the discussion about the hind brain is given. Hind brain, which is also a part of the brain, and it is again classified into 3 parts. First is medulla oblongata. Second is pons. Third is cerebellum. So it is divided into 3 parts. Its full name is medulla oblongata, but sometimes it is named as medulla only. So medulla, pons, and cerebellum. These 3 are the parts of the hindbrain, which are in the bottom of the brain, and cerebellum is the part which is at the back and in the end, and then it connects it with the spinal cord. See, cerebellum, don't get mistaken the cerebellum with the cerebrum. Cerebrum is a part of the forebrain, and it is considered as the big brain also, because it covers the maximum part of the brain. But cerebellum is different thing, and it almost look like a brain also, and that is why it is considered, but its size is small, so it is considered as a small brain. हम cerebrum को big brain कहते हैं, and cerebellum is commonly known as little brain, because it also looked like the brain, wrinkled surface was there. Okay. So if you see, I am making a very roughly diagram of the brain. So here you will find out the cerebellum. This is in the both the side of the, and it is also wrinkled surface होते हैं इसके लिए. Fine. And this is called a big brain, and it is called a little brain. What is the function of the cerebellum? Cerebellum का function क्या होता है? Basically, it involved in motor coordination. Movement से related है. It is related to the movement. Its main function is to balance motor coordination. मूवमेंट से रिलेटेड है, बैलेंस से रिलेटेड है, मोटर कोऑर्डिनेशन से रिलेटेड है. cerebellum, it's about like if any kind of disturbance is found in the cerebellum, the person is unable to make a balance and movement problem हो सकती है. Kind of there is a psychological disease also, Parkinson disease, which is also related to the movement problem, unable to stand properly, always require some assistance. So these kind of things can be happen if there is a damage in the cerebellum. So cerebellum is related to the movement, balance and motor coordination. Fine. I hope it is clear to the cerebellum. Movement से related है, balance से, motor coordinations. Now the next part ऐसे हम move कर रहे हैं तो cerebellum के जिसके ऊपर आएगा pons. Pons is something sleep mechanism. Pons क्या है? ये एक sleep mechanism. ठीक है. Pons is responsible for sleep. It has been found that a surgery was made, an experiment was made on the animal, and their surgery was done, and in surgery their pons is removed. So it has been found that they are unable to sleep. The animals are unable to sleep. They stay awake for so many hours, and they are having a sleep problem also, like insomnia. Okay, so pons is responsible for sleep mechanism. So basically what is we are trying to explain that every part of the brain is important. Every part of the brain, हर एक part important है. So medulla clear, pons, cerebellum. Sorry, medulla अभी हम लोग नहीं आए. We clear the cerebellum, pons. Now coming to the medulla. Medulla is a very important part of the hind brain. It plays a very vital role in your brain system, in your nervous system, because it is the part which maintains the internal homeostasis. We are not talking about external homeostasis. Internal homeostasis means internal homeostasis means balance. Internal homeostasis means internal balance. It is a part of the brain which maintains the internal homeostasis, means internal balance of the body. Basically, it regulates breathing, control temperature, breathing. Obviously, the lifeline, our lifeline is on breathing rate. Okay, as we stop breathing, our lifeline also stop. So obviously this part of the brain, medulla, play a greater role. Internal homeostasis को बैलेंस करके रखता है, मीन्स रेगुलेट द टेम्परेचर, कंट्रोल द ब्रीथिंग, रेगुलेट द हार्ट रेट. सो ये सारे काम इसके होते हैं. सो दिस ऑल वी हैव डिस्कस अबाउट द हाइंड ब्रेन. आई होप इट इज क्लियर टू यू ऑल. हाइंड ब्रेन. Please note down these points which I had written on the board, as it is important for you all. Okay, I hope you all have noted down. Now moving to the next part of the brain. And that next part of the brain is midbrain. Midbrain come mid, it is written over here, so it come between the mid, बीच में आता है, forebrain hind brain के बीच में, mid brain. It do not cover much of the area and surface of the brain, but still it play a greater role, बहुत important role play करता है. Midbrain is responsible for arousal. A very important part of the midbrain is RAS, and the full form of RAS is reticular activating system. Reticular activating system. Midbrain is responsible for arousal, and the part of the brain which is involved in the midbrain is RAS, means reticular activating system. RAS means activate word is there, no? So it is that part of the brain which make the person aroused, aware. Okay? इससे person क्या होता है? Aroused होता है, aware होता है, alert होता है. For alertness, this part of the brain play a greater role. Midbrain. So hindbrain we have discussed and midbrain we have discussed. Now we should move toward to the next part of the brain, which is very important because it covers the maximum part of the brain. ये वो पार्ट होता है ब्रेन का जो मैक्सिमम पार्ट कवर कर रहा है हमारे ब्रेन में, एंड दैट इज द फोरब्रेन. फोरब्रेन फॉरहेड से बना है ना, फोरब्रेन, फोरहेड, दिस इज अवर फोरहेड, यानी सबसे आगे आगे जो है वो फोरब्रेन है. Forebrain is very much responsible for all kind of cognitive activities. जितनी भी तरीके की cognitive functions होते हैं, thinking, remembering, solving problem, making decision, ये forebrain का ही है. That is why आप देखेंगे the person who thinks a lot and introspect a lot, those usually they complain of the headache, and most of the time they complain of this area, not this area, not this area. Maximum they complain of this area and this area, which is a part of the forebrain. Now forebrain is also divided into some parts, and the division of the forebrain is, the first is thalamus, second is hypothalamus, third is limbic system, and fourth is cerebellum. Fourth is cerebrum. Fourth is cerebrum. So thalamus, hypothalamus, limbic system, cerebellum, which is also known as or cerebral cortex. Cerebrum can also be known as cerebral cortex. So thalamus, hypothalamus, limbic system, cerebrum is also known as cerebral cortex. This is the division of the forebrain. Please note it down. Now let's understand what is their role and function. These two parts of the brain and the forebrain play a greater role in everything. See, I think thalamus और hypothalamus का नाम आप कई बार सुनते होंगे. So many times you heard about this thalamus and hypothalamus. I hope you all have heard it so many times. Okay, is it clear? Thalamus or hypothalamus. Why I said it so that you have heard this word so many times. The reason is like for regulating your behavior, these two play a very important role. बेसिकली इनका इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल हॉर्मोन्स को बैलेंस करना, हॉर्मोन सिक्रीट करना. इनका नाम आप हॉर्मोन्स व्हेन यू आर रीडिंग अबाउट द टॉपिक हॉर्मोन्स आप बहुत पढ़ते हो. थैलेमस के बारे में, हाइपोथैलेमस के बारे में, हॉर्मोन्स के बारे में यू डेफिनेटली अंडरस्टैंड दिस एट सो मेनी टाइम्स. Why I am saying so about the thalamus and hypothalamus? Thalamus and hypothalamus, like first example, the thalamus is also it's considered to be the relay station. Okay, it is considered to be the relay station. Means relay station कहने का मतलब ये होता है it basically control and make a balance between all the other system of the brain. इसका इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल ये होता है कि ये और भी ब्रेन के अदर जो सिस्टम हैं उनको भी ये कंट्रोल करता है, मैनेज करता है, एक इंस्ट्रक्शन देता है, एक ऑर्डर देता है कि कैसे आपको काम करना है. हाइपोथैलेमस प्ले अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल. इट इज़ कंसिडर्ड टू बी द वाइटल सेंटर ऑफ द ब्रेन. थैलेमस इज कंसिडर्ड टू बी द वाइटल सेंटर. हाइपोथैलेमस इज ऑल्सो इम्पॉर्टेंट बिकॉज इट रेगुलेट द ब्रीथिंग, मेंटेन द इंटरनल होमोस्टेसिस. ओके, रेगुलेट द टेम्परेचर, हार्ट बीट, ब्रीथिंग, ये सारी चीज़ें ये कंट्रोल करता है. नाउ लिम्बिक सिस्टम. लिम्बिक सिस्टम इज दैट पार्ट ऑफ द ब्रेन विच इज ऑल्सो डिवाइडेड इन टू पार्ट. वन इज हिप्पोकैम्पस and another is amygdala. One is hippocampus and another is amygdala. Hippocampus play an important role in memory and amygdala play an important role in emotion. This is that part of the brain which play an important role in memory and emotion. Hippocampus is basically responsible for storing the information in the memory system for a longer period of time. बेसिकली आप जो सारी चीज़ें याद रख पाते हो, द थिंग्स विच यू रिमेंबर एंड दैट वाज स्टोर्ड इन योर मेमोरी, योर चाइल्डहुड मेमोरीज, योर स्कूल डेज, योर कॉलेज डेज, all are stored in your LTM, which is never forgotten. Okay, so why it is so? The part of the brain which make it possible is hippocampus, and amygdala is responsible for the emotions. Okay, amygdala आपके emotions, you have person is having a different kind of emotion, so that is regulated by the amygdala. So here in this video children, I had discussed with you the parts of the brain. Only the cerebrum is left, which I am going to discuss with you in the next video. Not in this video because it is such a big topic. Okay? So I hope whatever I discuss with you, you understand it properly and आपने अच्छे से समझा होगा. Please go through your book also, and if you have any doubt, you come up with the questions. Thank you so much children.